they called it puppy love. Oh, I guess they'll never know.
Yeah, we're talking about puppies.
It's not anything to be ashamed of to say, well, it kind of looks like that structure's worked quite well for the entire duration of mankind, and so maybe we mess with it at our peril.
You're hearing about family values from the childless and unmarried. Don't follow them.
The women have to stop blaming men for their sense of malaise or misery.
I didn't create you people to kill and torture and rape each other. I created you to be good to each other. I love the God who had a flood.
Let's talk about puppies. And what I wanted to know is, when do puppies achieve puppyhood? When do they get to, claim their status as puppies, just as puppies? When does a puppy become, the adorable animal you want to know and love? Does it happen in the womb? Does it only happen when they come out of the womb? And that's a really hard question because they're mammals and everything happens inside. There's not much else to see. Interestingly, though, there are other animals that tell us a bit more about how things work. Tiger sharks, for example, like to eat each other inside of the womb. They will literally eat their siblings inside of the womb. They'll eat up all the brothers and sisters and whatnot, except for one. They'll keep one twin. And the reason they do this, actually, is because not all of the sharks in their mother's womb are actually from their daddy. So what they're actually doing is killing strangers. Like, they're able to tell which one is them and which one's not one of their own. So sharks obviously are sentient in the womb. They're able to attack and devour one another in the womb. That's pretty cool. Another interesting thing is the kangaroo, the joey. When does a joey become a joey? Now, because they're marsupials, which I actually learned is like an off-branch of mammal, like every marsupial has a mammalian gland. They feed their young in the pouch or outside on the teat. So marsupials are technically mammals for the most part. What's interesting with the marsupial, though, is the kangaroo fetus will develop in the womb for about 30 to 40 days. 30 to 40 days, they are developing like any other animal. Then they crawl out of the vagina with about as much development as you can expect from a month of development. They're literally like this size, and they're like jelly. In fact, if the mom touches them, they will die. So kangaroos, despite having really strong hind legs, don't develop them until they get into the pouch. They develop their forearms first so that they can make the climb. And once they get into the pouch, and then they develop for up to 8 months more. They stay in that pouch for about 8 months before they, finally hop on out. And they might nurse for a little longer, but that's an interesting question. When does the joey become a joey? When does the joey, attain that status? Is it when he is conceived in the womb, when he comes out of the vag, and he starts climbing up? Does he become the joey when he sticks his head out of the pouch and finally says, I'm a furry, full-fledged joey? Whatever that means.
And this is why arguing personhood in the abortion debate is complete and utter bullshit. We don't qualify when a shark becomes a shark, or a joey becomes a joey, or when a puppy becomes a puppy, because they are not humans, and we don't have to try to justify it when we want to kill one. Adding a make-believe barrier to humanity for the human fetus is not a saving grace. It's a damning indictment that abortion is murder.